So you want to get into channeling, energy healing, talking to different beings, connecting to different frequencies and dimensions, doing astral, etheric, Akashic work. We're experiencing a lot of fears. How can we best work through those? I love this question. Thank you so much, Tracy. What I would suggest, because when I first started in my channeling journey, I also had those same fears. I grew up in a lot of religious programming where I was taught that these things are evil, or you would go to hell, or you would need an exorcism, or something along those lines. I had a lot of societal, cultural, and religious programming, and from social media as well. We're told that anything that is different from us is dangerous. So it was a lot of different layers to work through as an adult, and also helping my inner children. Our imagination, a lot of people have been told that it's silly to utilize that magic's not real, that imagination doesn't matter. You only need to pay attention to things that you can perceive with your actual five senses. There can be a lot of filter lenses and distortions for us to work through that have come from external sources. One of the things that is beneficial is to ask yourself, did I learn this from people who are not living magical lives, who are not where they want to be in life, who are stressed and anxious? Then that is not the answer. They do not have the right set of keys. We need to be listening to people who are where we want to be in life, who are representors of having a joyful, peaceful, expansive, whimsical life. They're doing things differently than the people who taught us these things in the first place. So pointing our energy and attention elsewhere. I say that because as a channeler, it was really beneficial to listen to other channelers talk about what channeling is. That helped me deconstruct the fears, because they were fine. They were having a great time. They were enjoying themselves and getting all these downloads and insights and really making so much forward movement in their life, because all channeling and energy healing is a way to know thyself better, to love thyself better, to help other people. A couple things to get yourself to that place, because it works in layers. Because I had been told that my imagination was not necessary or real, or that it was silly, I literally just started listening to children's meditations. There's a woman on YouTube, her channel is New Horizons. So incredibly lovely. She has hundreds and hundreds of them. I know that there are 4 children. I used to do them with my son when he was a baby, but I started working with them for my inner children. I would take them, listening to the meditations, to Dragonland, Fairyland, Unicornland. All of those type of magical creatures are a lot safer for our inner children than going up into the astral and the ethers, and anything can come through. What they're perceiving as entities or ghosties, people that have passed on to the other side. Let's take that off the table for a minute and simply go on a guided meditation. That is going to help us realize that it's fun to be in our imagination. It helps our creativity. It makes us feel good. I would watch a lot of magical cartoons or anime, reading fantasy books, things that could be done with my actual physical body that were still rooting me here to the earth plane, but allowing themselves to express how they've always wanted to. We don't want to be sitting here in 3D land and stressed out adult all the time. They want to be able to feel liberated with having joy. So simply starting with cultivating a land of imagination, that is a beautiful way to get yourself prepped and prepared to eventually do channeling and astral work. Because one day you might have connections to the fae, unicorn, dragon, mermaid dimensions and realms, even though the depictions of them that we have here in cartoons and books and guided meditations, they're not perfect representors, but it's enough. When you start filling up your magic cup with those things, When you eventually get to that level of channeling, you'll say, oh, I felt this frequency before. This is lovely. This feels safe. This feels like home, because you have already done the prep work with your inner children to help them feel more confident in connecting to things that are outside of you and outside of what is seen or felt with your physical senses. The next bit of advice is you get to set the parameters of what you channel. Oftentimes, what I see as a blockage, I call them growth moments, with people, is they're worried about what is going to just come through and attach to them, right? That's not exactly how it works. That's how it's shown in movies. If you are going in just all open, loosey-goosey, you're not holding strong boundaries with people in the first place, but also spiritual beings, yeah, there is a propensity that all different types of things can come through, but you still have to have the understanding that you're a sovereign being, and if you say nothing can affect me, no hex or curse or entity or being, then it won't. Those things can only affect you if you believe that they can. That's how they get you. It's not even the thing that is going to attack you. It is your own mind. It is your own central nervous system that is getting activated, and you are perceiving it, that thing is doing something to you, but it's not. It's your own fear and panic and central nervous system within yourself. So having that knowledge first. But again, with the parameters, if you say, I only want to channel my higher self, great. That's all that will come through. I only want to channel my higher self and my inner children. That's all that will come through. I only want to channel spirit animals, my inner children, my higher self, unicorns, and fairies. That's what you will channel. You get to decide. And as you build confidence with whatever you're comfortable with, that is when we can start allowing more things to come into our field. Another tip is that oftentimes people are starting off channeling in the darkness. Of course that's scary. I don't like being in the dark, especially children within you that have these fears. When you are going into imagination or going into meditation to connect with whatever you're connecting with, why don't we start out in a coffee shop or on the beach, at an amusement park, somewhere that is going to bring your inner children so much joy and happiness, and they are going to be more open to going on these travels with you. Even if they're consciously there or not, they can still perceive everything that you are perceiving. Oftentimes the inner children within us are the ones that are creating filter lenses and distortions because they're afraid of doing these astral travels. Make it as fun as you possibly can for them. And again, let's just start out with our inner children, because honestly, we need to be connecting to them anyway. The whole point in channeling, not the whole point, but a big portion of it, is to help us heal ourselves. Most of the behavioral patterns and triggers and stuckness that we experience in life are coming from childhood anyway. If we can cultivate a space of safety for them and communication, of unconditional love, of fun, you're going to open up those channel lines to them for y'all to enjoy things together, but also help them work through things. And just set the parameter, I only want to talk to my higher self and inner children right now. And we'll go on some lovely guided meditations to the unicorn realm and the dragon realm and the fairy realm together. And when everybody's feeling a little bit more confident, then we'll start letting other things come into our field. I would love to hear in the comments if you found this beneficial, if you're going to try some of these methods. If you have any questions, I would love to hear those as well. Remember to hit the follow button, and I hope you have a super magical day.